Yes, that is a very good thing. There are so many people, especially when you are young, I'm talking young, less than 30 most of the time, to get a US visa or even European visa. And before I go, first of all, why you are denied, I want to point out something, the US visa in particular, different from Europe. Both in US and Europe is difficult to get. I understand that. But in US is more complicated. Why? Because there is one aspect people have to understand. In Europe, there is a law. A police officer is allowed, or immigration officer, to stop you at the bus station, train station, knock your door, or meet you wherever you are walking and ask you, show me your passport, show me your document. Police officer is allowed by law in Europe, most of the European countries, to do that. So they can give you the visa, but are you going to hide inside the house all the time? Because if you go out anytime, they're allowed to do that. In the US, it is illegal for police officer to stop me and ask, show me your identification and the immigration status. What criteria did you use to stop me and not this other guy? Because I'm black, or because I look Spanish, because I look whatever. So that's why it's called as a basis of discrimination. So constitutional is not allowed. Arizona wanted to pass that law, and they were told it was overturned because it is illegal. Because there are people who look like Spanish from Southern America or Latin, from Mexico, but they're born here. You cannot stop someone because they look like a Mexican. You cannot stop someone because this person look like a black, or this person has accent. You cannot do that. So in US, so you can be here, and if you don't commit any crime, you can be for 10 years, no one can be able to catch you. So number one thing, the consular office, they have to do, they have to be sure. Yes, it is not a guarantee, but they have to find a way to convince them, to prove to them that I have so much here. If I go to US, I cannot just stay there and work at McDonald's. I'll come back to do, I have so many other things on my home country. So the number one reason, which is written in the website, when you go to the US Embassy, that you are going to be denied the visa because you have failed to convince the consular officer that you are not going there on the permanent basis. You are not going there to US and going to disappear. So that is the number one failure. So yes, there are documents you need to have. There are things you need to have. There are things are not tangible even if you don't have money. Let's say, for instance, for my case, let me give the example of Wodemaya. He's a very big YouTuber. Even if he doesn't have enough money, but for what Wodemaya is doing on the internet, he has so much content to work in Africa than in America. So Wodemaya will not be convinced to live in America. So they know for sure this guy cannot survive in America to do his content because his style is in Africa. So even if he doesn't, let's say he doesn't have the house, he doesn't have a lot of money, he has, but assuming he doesn't have. So there are certain things, how much are you tied to your community? So number one, how much do you, do you even volunteer? Do you work? Or if you're a student, what level? You cannot just go there, you just graduated bachelor degree, you don't have a job for 2 years, and you have never done any single work, even volunteering. So it is easy for you to come here and disappear. So if you want to come to America or to go to Europe, start to build your profile. How do you build your profile? Very simple. Number one, start attaching yourself to community service, community programs. Yes, you have a job. You can be a teacher, but what is your salary? $500 per month. What is the income of someone working at McDonald's? $2,000 per month. So obviously you'll disappear. So, but show that even if I'm a teacher, I don't get enough money. I have so many other projects in my rural area of northern part of northern part of Uganda, or in the rural part of Mbeya in Tanzania, in such a way, if I go and disappear there, I lose the dreams of these kids which I promised. So there are things you need to show you have been attached to your community. Certain things is not about money. That's why if you are older, someone is 50, they can give you the visa, you are 60. They know for sure you cannot survive in America. They know that. Compared to someone who is younger. So someone is younger, you can quit so many things, but find other things can convince them. Yes, you have a job, it's not good pay, but also I just go to volunteer every single week or like every twice per month, I have a project with this orphanage center. So I cannot quit on these kids. US Embassy, they will see this person has something of value in the country. Yeah, and other things are like in a normal way. Just start even buying a land, even if it's not much value. Don't wait until like I have a very big job. Start buying some small asset under your name. You can buy a land in a rural area, $200, $500, $1,000. But if smaller things, they mean a lot. Because in the end, how long have you been possessing this piece of land? For 5 years. You know that you have something to be able to do. Again, some other things like this one. Start finding a way to start your own company, even if it doesn't pay a lot or don't get a profit. Let's say you are a teacher, and let's say you are teaching maybe Swahili for foreigners in Tanzania. You are doing freelance, you are doing interpreter, whatever. Go and register as a small company. As a freelance, you are just doing as a sole proprietor company. That means, yes, you will be registered in the government. So, despite from doing this one, I have another company. That is just simple, because the to pay tax will be a very small amount, because you might not even have someone. Just assume, for instance, for me, I have YouTube. So if I register, like I have a small consulting company as LLC to consult international students and immigration people to start their life in America, I can show up something like, okay, I have something as a document to help some other people, even if I don't have any customer. Now, for instance, for me, I can say I'm a book author, I'm a writer. I have books published, even if no one is buying them. But the books are on Amazon. So these are the things we can be able to do. Write a book, no one is buying, but it's on Amazon. That is giving you another credibility when you go to the US Embassy or to go to any person. Oh, so you are that author. You have never sold any book. So those are some of the tips on how you can prepare your profile. So you can just have 1 year, 2 years to go a little bit higher. For me, I've been like, I remember one time, before I became an American citizen, I had a situation where I needed to have a letter from the US Tanzanian embassy in DC. It's either come from the ambassador or one of the officials on certain thing I had to submit to the government. I wrote email, whatever. I didn't get that correspondence quicker. So I asked a friend of mine, and they had a cell phone number of ambassador back in, it was 2010, 2011. So I emailed the face and said, I want to talk to you. I said, don't worry. I know you. You are that blogger. You are YouTuber. You have done a lot of good things for Tanzanians and other people. So if you don't even call me, I ordered it, blah, 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 blah. And it was approved. I got the letter next day. So there are certain things you can be able to get, not just monetary, but it can help you to give you credibility when you go somewhere. Myself now, if I go to Uganda and I want to meet a minister of education, if I send the letter, I want to have an appointment with you, the minister will consider to meet me, because among other things, will go to Google me and find, oh, this person has been doing certain good things. So even if I don't get money, there are certain things you can use as credibility. When you shop somewhere, someone will be able to give just like a credit. Okay, I can listen to this person. This person will go to America, will get more technique there and help the country here in Africa.